tonight we're going to make one of my favorite Chinese buffet foods, and that's mushroom and pork with some rice. So what we're going to need here, we're going to need a couple green onions. We're going to need some mushrooms, sliced, not sliced, however you want to do it. I find this a little easier, and saves a lot of time. Okay, we're going to need 3 teaspoons of cornstarch. We're going to need 4 tablespoons of chicken broth or water, doesn't matter. We're going to need a little cooking wine and salt and pepper. You need a little cooking oil. You're going to need a tablespoon of soy sauce, a tablespoon of sesame oil, a tablespoon of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger or fresh if you got it, maybe a nub, and then about a cup of rice. All right, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the veggies. We're going to get them sliced up. Of course, you can cut tips off, but we're going to separate the whites with the greens. Put those into separate containers because they cook at completely different times. And you're going to cut it all the way up to about here, and the rest we're going to consider greens. You came off of pork loin, went ahead and, about 8 ounces of it. So go ahead and take that out. We're going to take this and we're going to cut it in as thin as strips as possible. And yeah, if it's partially frozen, it does cut one heck of a lot better. Go ahead and slice them thin and do that whole piece of meat like that. This is winding up being too thick or overly large. Feel free, to cut it up even smaller. And, about like so, however you get it done. We're going to do a little salt and pepper. You can use white pepper if you got it, doesn't matter. Just going to use about 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. And then we're going to do half of our soy sauce, which is a 1/2 tablespoon. Half of our oyster sauce, which is 1/2 tablespoon. And then all of that chicken broth or water, which is 4 tablespoons. We're going to go ahead and mix this up real quick. You're worried about that broth in there, that juice. What they say to do is something called grasping, where you gently squeeze it and release so that it'll absorb all that juice as possible. You can do that, or you can just let it set for about 10 to 15 minutes and go ahead and pour off the excess. But we're going to do this. We're going to mix this together a minute. All right. Go ahead and add your 3 teaspoons of cornstarch. Give that a good mix. Okay, we're going to let that sit for about 10 minutes. Pork mix is sitting. Go ahead and start your rice. Like I said, just do about a cup of rice. Don't, if you got more people, go ahead and add a cup of rice. Now that your mix is set for about 10 minutes, we're going to go ahead and get that skillet or wok onto a medium-high heat. And while it's heating up, we're going to go ahead and add in our sesame oil. But add in half of that. The other half goes in the rest of the mix here in a minute. Just give that a good mix real quick. Skillet temp. So now we're going to throw in a generous amount of oil, preferably olive oil. Now let's get that up to temp. The temp, we're going to go ahead and add that pork. Try to space it out, don't put it all in one lump. And don't worry if you do get most of it in a clump in the spot here and there. You can always spread it out here in a minute. All right, we're going to cook these just until they're grayed. They can be slightly pink because there's still more cooking to do left on these. Pork is already grayed. Go ahead and remove that from your skillet into a container real quick. Now add in your minced garlic, the white portion of your green onions, and your ginger. We're going to rapidly cook that until it becomes fragrant. Mushrooms, you might want to do about 2 cups, maybe 3, depending on how you like your mushrooms. Go ahead and rinse them off real good and then toss them in. Along with, you need spatula for that, your soy, your sesame oil, and let's get a spatula for this oyster sauce. The oyster sauce in, go ahead and make sure you get it all mixed up real good. We're going to cook this on a high medium for about 2 to 3 minutes. We're going to put in the rest of those green onions, the green portion, and the meat. Give that a good mix, and we're going to cook that for about 3 to 4 minutes. Good. Go ahead and plate it up and enjoy. As always, thanks for stopping by.